She has 3 grown sons, 1 daughter-in-law, 2 gorgeous granddaughters who probably look like her. Nancy has enjoyed reading to many children. She invites you today to relax and listen to some poetry from cowboy poets. She encourages you to later read more cowboy poetry, attend an event, or even write some of your own. She joined Toastmasters in 1998 to improve her communication and leadership skills. She's currently Washoe Express Secretary and Treasurer. Secretary and Treasurer in Sierra Advanced Speakers. She also holds or has held several club and district officer positions, such as President, Sergeant at Arms, Treasurer, Secretary, VP of Education, and VP membership. She has been Area 21 Governor, Division B Chief Judge, Division B Governor for 2 consecutive years. Help me welcome Nancy Fox.
Fellow Toastmasters, today I will be sharing 2 cowboy poems from 2 separate artists. The first will be Mike Logan. Mike Logan grew up in Kansas but adopted Montana as his home state in 1968 and remains there today. A high school teacher for 25 years, Mike retired in 1991. A passion for trout fishing led him to a new career as a wildlife photographer, and then a companion career writing cowboy poetry evolved shortly after. Men at the Open Range. I can see the ghost of riders moving out across the dawn. The gold of the day's first coming paints their passing, then they're gone. They were men of open ranges, no wire cut their kingdom then. They rode as knights on grassland oceans, lords beyond the townsman's ken. They made circles of the rangelands, eagles wild and dog wolf free, bounded only by horizons, flung so far no eye could see. I could hear the leather creaking, and the jingling of the spurs, and the whispering of hoofbeats, and the hiss of lucifers. As they lightened at the makings on the way to gather cows, in the breaks of the muddy, with the freedom God allows. Only to the few, the chosen, to the horsemen on the land, where a man could see the elephant or know his maker's hand. They could be both proud and humble for the gift the sky and space. They would make those unfamiliar fear the vastness of the place. There were men who'd trade no other, be the commoner or king, for to ride the far-sung places and to hear the west wind sing was to know the horseman's holy grail, how paradise each morning were horse as gift of God to man, and yet to know the warning. That all could change beyond the nightmares they might see, that men could come with plows and fences, like some plagues could steal their free. And easy rides out in the dawning, still their wild and open range, still the jingle from their spurs, and ring the death knell with the change. But they were men of open ranges, no wire cut their kingdom then. They rode as knights on grassland oceans, lords beyond the townsman ken. I can see the ghost of riders moving out across the dawn, the gold of day's first coming, pains their passing, now they're gone. Mike Logan, 1992. The second artist is a poet from down under. His name is Merv Webster. He's from Queensland, Australia. Merv said, whilst living on property at Roma in western Queensland, the Bungill Creek, which ran along two of our boundary fences, would flood and cover most of the block. The courage of the gray. He looked a little warmer now, a blanket on his hide, with eyes just barely open though, the poor old gray, he sighed. You've earned your oats this evening, mate, I spoke to him aloud. Today you showed real courage, boy. I couldn't feel more proud. The last good rains had been and gone. Our block was looking dry, as seasons now had all gone mad, though couldn't figure why. Our cows were showing signs of stress. Their frames were looking poor. We fed them hay and prayed a lot, but wished we could do more. A creek, which was our boundary line, was now a bed of sand. Who could have guessed it ran last year and flooded o'er the land? 2 nights ago, we heard the sound of thunder far away and prayed it might now bring the rain we needed yesterday. Reports came through of rain all night in buckets to the north. The creek was full and coming down. Flood warnings issued forth. 12 hours we had to move the stock and seek some higher ground. Old Gray and I, we worked all day to see them safe and sound. The Bungill Creek rose every hour and spread across our place. A gully which ran through the block was flowing quite apace. My wife then cried, our milking cow, I cannot see her here. She's due to calf at any time. You'll have to find her, dear. My faithful friend, though wearisome, still faced the gully's flow and worked the ridge along the creek. We found the cow below. The gray then flanked the stranded beast and goaded her to move, while sensing I demanded that he had something to prove. The old cow's time was plainly near. Her gait was rather slow, but all the while the gray pressed on and kept her on the go. We reached the flowing gully, which was running at its peak, and as she swam, her bulging frame moved towards the fence and creek. His instinct was to swim beside the ailing cow and fence, and as he pushed, I was amazed at his resilience. I clenched the monkey in my hand and clung beside the gray, while crying out, keep pushing, boy, we'll win this little fray. The bobbing barbed wire came in sight. I saw each rusty prong. But resolute, the gray swam on and nudged the cow along. With spirits raised and head held high, we all ignored the pain when finally our feet took hold of firm ground once again. My wife was there to greet us as she watched on anxiously, and quite relieved to see us safe, she hugged the gray and me. The old cow had her calf that night, a ringer for its mum, and now it seemed things might look up instead of looking glum. The cow would share her milk with us, and I would surely bet our kids were pretty keen to make her calf the family pet. And as regards my faithful friend, just what more can I say? I'm always proud to talk about the courage of the gray. Mark Webster, 2007. And now, my fellow Toastmasters, I invite you to enjoy some more cowboy poetry. Read some, attend a cowboy poetry event, or better yet, write some cowboy poetry yourself.